Battle of Steelsmith. Led by Talia, the brutal Evil's army had reached the dwarven town of Steelsmith and made ready to storm it. Inside, the fierce dwarven King Grimly planned its defense.
All right, you lazy buggers, get ready. That evil horde is going to show up with that pointy-eared cow any moment now. But Steelsmith is a fortress like none they've ever seen. So, take your positions, and don't forget the elf is mine. I'm going to make slippers out of her ears. Did you hear the rumbling? They're here. I feel it in my right corn. Send out the scouts! And prepare the Death Hammer!
The Death
Finally,
Hammer.
the time of the
Excuse me?
great battle was at hand. Talia's troops had taken the quickest route from the Ash Spring swamplands, and they were full of anger and determination to win this final confrontation.
I wouldn't say that. I'm still trying to persuade myself to return to the forces of good.
Okay. A part of Talia burned with anger and determination to win this final confrontation. Another wanted to form work groups and look after the bonsai garden.
Ugh, ignore my little moments. I'm going to crush that god's damned dwarf. He's made his last stupid comment about elves. I'm going to make gloves out of his beard.
What's this whole thing about everybody using bits of their opponents for slippers or gloves? That's incredibly unhygienic. The time had come. Talia began to raise a great army for the erratic evil.
I like to start off focusing on just getting my economy underway so I don't end up just running out of gold like I did the first time. A couple of these guys. Gobblers.
And again, the exploratory evil dug up a few trapped dwarves. Obviously, getting trapped while digging seemed to be the order of the day around here.
There. How much? Hey, go fight him. Or don't go fight him.
Give me my orders. Just wait.
You took out the cannons right away, that's really good. They're usually the biggest issue. Nice. First off, we need a farm for turkey. Oh hey, we found a treasure room. Alright, where is turkey room gonna be?
Aye, did you find me lost mine workers, Talia? Nice of you. Right, lads, show her where the hammer hangs.
nice, we got some mana too. Start making demons soon. I prefer the demons, they revive. If you make stupid mistakes like I tend to, you don't end up losing all your units right away.
Hey, Talia, open those pointy ears of yours. I have a surprise for you and the Hellspawn. Something world-shaking. Come on, men! Fire the Death Hammer!
By the goddess! Is that...
Grimly had a gigantic hammer built. The Death Hammer. This caused not only a disturbance in the force, but also in the ground, causing a massive earthquake. The effect on the dungeon was clearly noticeable. The dungeon heart in particular could only withstand but a few such blows.
Oh god.
How do you like that, you damned evil brood? Now, we just have to take a few minutes to rewind the thing, but it was damn well worth it. Stay and enjoy the show, evil scum.
In his own lovingly insulting manner, Grimly made it clear to Talia and the perplexed evil that pulling back would not. And again the exploratory evil dug up a few trapped dwarves.
We can't stay here. That thing has to be destroyed. After analyzing it briefly, I've discovered a great weakness.
Threw something through the 2-meter-wide cooling vent to destroy the reactor?
What? Nonsense! The thing is standing right there, so we can smash it to pieces!
Oh, why did I expect sophisticated tactics when I'm hanging around with bloodthirsty, not exactly intelligent evil creatures?
Yeah, I mean, the strategy of just smash it usually works. Okay. Got that down. Graveyard, huh? We can start making zombies. Yes. Alright, we're zombie boys now. Found another treasury. Do need to make a mana room. I'll do it up here. careful. I don't want to accidentally connect a path for him. Zombie room. Oh, unfortunate. Apparently there's a treasure here.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Death from above!
Just toss her over there. Right, zombie room.
The Deathly Pale Evil had erected a cemetery. From now on, it could supply its own walking dead. Practically enough, heroes who had kicked the bucket were dropped here and then turned into brainless zombies. As an alternative, banshees could also be inspired to join the Burning Evil's army there.
Alright.
The bustling evil had dug into a dragon's nest.
That's a big boy. Yeah, right now research. Big fights. They don't do a lot of damage. They do AoE, which is cool. They seem to be pretty tanky. Not bad.
Payday.
That a him? I think that's supposed to be the target I'm going for. And they auto revive too, so they're very good for defense. They've got that sorted. Make a magic. Kinda have it up here. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do. That's where the deep. I don't need. There. Right there. Workshop. Can't do that yet. I think that's as far as we can do for now. Deal. Put the inner room down here. Alright. I have plenty of money for a while if needed. Start going on the offensive once my people heal. I can start build. Actually, I don't even need to wait for them. 2, 4, 5.
Death from above.
There you are. Up to. Good. I get it. Okay.
Yeah?
There's a village right here we can start off with, I think. Or it's not a village, but it should give me evil. I don't need to wait for them to heal, because they'll just revive anyway, so I might as well.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
How are there enemies? Alright, well I'm getting
The
now.
dungeon heart is being attacked.
Obliterate the evil rabble!
And stay down.
Okay. Some more research now. Uranium. Bells. Need a place to stockpile all this mana.
It's payday.
Still got plenty of money. You need to start looking for that ruby soon. I need a couple of these. I can buy some noobs. I need
Aye, did you find me lost mine workers, Talia? Nice of you. Right, lads, Show her where the hammer hangs.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Everything evil comes from above.
Uh-oh, a spider nest has been unearthed.
Where are you taking me? Ooh! For the absolute evil! Ah! I am even stronger! Tell me what to do!
Payday!
Ooh! Thanos must die! Ouch! Ouch!
can still turn back. No one need die today. Except these disgustingly evil creatures, perhaps, but certainly neither Grimly nor you.
This bloke is more stubborn than those phone marketing people who are always trying to get me to buy some shite.
I too think that we should maybe rethink this. It is now time for dwarves to die! Hey!
Time to massacre the evil scum.
Just wait. So much for your death hammer, Grimly. Oh, did we break your toy? Are you going to cry like a little baby? Boo-hoo-hoo.
You paid for that. Don't be giving yourselves any medals yet. The Dwarven Empire will strike back. Of that you can be sure.
But we could still solve this peacefully. You? Now? Really? In my moment of triumph? There is nothing you can't ruin, is there? Sorry. Holy crap! You're even good to me! Sister, you have some real issues. I have to go take care of a dwarven king and tear a city apart. Follow me to Steelsmith!
Payday. Heroes are on their way to one of your islands of evilness.
Talia, did you really think I didn't have another ace up my sleeve? I had a second death hammer built. It will tear your dungeon apart. Move it, men.
Another one of those things? Ah, damn it all anyway. Get ready for impact!
With a kaboom, the second death hammer hit on the ground and sent its destructive waves toward the dungeon. The dungeon heart groaned under the blow. This death hammer also had to be destroyed quickly in order to save the dungeon heart.
Just to make sure nothing happens to my poor little hammer, I also built an SLD-26 magical tower shield generator. So knock yourselves out!
Generously, the foolish Dwarf King Grimly revealed the safety mechanisms to the listening and taking notes evil. Before the second death hammer could be turned off, a team would have to land on Endor. I mean, the eager for a Star War evil had to destroy the magic shield.
Right then. First, we'll destroy the magical tower, and then death hammer number 2. No problem. We're good at breaking things.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Tell me what to do! Ah!
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Tell me what to do! I am the evil.
It's payday.
Evil energy grow stronger. Death to all that is good.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Evil! Tell me what to do! Ah! Time to take out the trash. Destroy.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Ow!
Your dungeon heart is under attack.
Ah! You desire? These cowardly dwarves have actually blown up the bridge. I mean, it's good for my ego to be feared that greatly, but how are we going to get through there now?
The half-blind evil had yet to find another way over the demolished bridge. Had it even really searched for one? Needing an alibi, it quickly sent a few creatures swarming out as a vanguard. The having a look around evil's army had discovered a stone heap. Just a little brute force, and it would fall into the ravine to form something like a bridge. Computer game logic.
What can I do for you?
It's payday.
I'll show you where the hammer hangs. So, second verse, same as the first.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Oh my god, I'm so tired of this.
For evil! Oh, they! Hasta la vista, baby! Tell me what to do! Ooh!
Alright,
Goodwill
got a
fall!
nice big army built up. I think we might be able to break this before fighting.
Ooh, ah.
Hey! Hands off my SLD-26 magical tower shield generator!
Hey, Grimly. Your toys break easily. My pals barely got their hands
Oh, God.
on it and it broke. So, people, let's have a look at this second death hammer, shall we?
Keep your hands to yourself and I'll bite your fingers off, you goddamn witch! Right, men, prepare the death hammer!
Grimly seemed a little desperate upon seeing the occasionally gigging as a stand-up comedian evil turned out to be a brilliant strategist. It relentlessly sent its armies towards the second death hammer.
Did not even see these watchtowers.
Is indescribable. And stay down!
Okay. Watchtower is destroyed. Kill some elves.
Ouch! Ouch!
I lost 2 of my orcs. One there.
It's payday.
Let's let the orcs heal up. That down a bit.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Death to the heroes! Take me to the enemy! Time to take out the trash. Destroy them all!
That should be everything we need to stop any further intruders.
Oh, these things are pretty fragile, aren't they? Grimly, I think I accidentally broke both your hammers. I'm so sorry.
I'll strangle you in my bare hands, Gil! You gods damn disgusting!
In order to make sure we don't have to cut out all of Grimly's cursing, I'll just take over here. The brilliant evil had succeeded. The second Dwarven Hammer was also history, and its army marched inexorably towards the Dwarven town of Steelsmith. Something else permeated the smell of metalworking that wafted from the city towards the dungeon. The smell of the dwarves here.
For good reason, too. We're going to tear their city apart. We could still return to the side of goods. Let me think about it for a second. No.
Hey, Talia, I have a surprise for you. You know that all good things come in threes?
Honestly, do you have another one of those damn death hammers?
A death hammer? Ha! I have 3 death hammers!
What? The whole thing times 3? Not very imaginative, if you ask me. You are so...
Stop! Hammer time!
Together, the 3 death hammers had a lot more power than a single one. It would certainly be better for the dungeon heart if they too were quickly put out of action.
Oh gosh, heal the hammer.
Ouch! Ouch!
This hammer is working. I'm gonna kill him.
Sure showed him.
I'm gonna kill this healer.
Sure showed him. Oh, hey! Ha 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 ha!
Get rid of these Stupid hammer.
So, that's the way you want it. I'll take care of you myself. For death and glory, the horn of Grimly Hammerhand shall sound in the deep one last time. Men, let this be the hour when we draw swords together. Now for wrath, now for ruin, and the Red Dawn!
Finally.
Oh god. Move, 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 move.
Your final hour has come.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Why? Why are there enemies?
Command me. Oh, hey!
Defend the dungeon heart.
What? How did he get hit? He was the furthest away. What? That
You
killed him.
pay for this, you damn brat!
With these words, Grimly the Dwarven King breathed his last.
A well-earned victory for evil. Ha! All the legends and stories that revolve around good heroes. Utter nonsense. In the end, evil will always triumph. Time to enjoy my victory.
Talia, what have you done? You killed Grimly. I will have to punish you for this. Stay where you are. I'll be there in a couple of hours.
A couple of hours.
Apparently, Tanos was anything but enthusiastic about his foster daughter's deeds. The insightful evil knew that a confrontation was not yet advisable and ordered Talia to travel west, always west.
We could always wait for Father and try to explain everything to him. Oi, 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 oh, come on. Even my good side can't be that naive. He'll skin me alive if he gets his hands on me. There's no way I should get anywhere near him until his anger has cooled. Oh, unfortunately, I'm afraid I have to agree with my evil me. We should let the grass grow over the whole thing first.
Oh, good and evil in agreement. A rare stroke of luck, I'd say. So it was time to run.
Alright, let's get out of here. We murdered a dwarf.
Here, the only problem was, as usual, his own death. After the Dwarven King Grimly suffered a premature death at the hands of the hero-beating evil's armies, the dark elf Talia got herself out of dodge. She took the evil creatures and retreated into the tunnels and mines of Steelsmith, which were connected to the most remote places in the world. The hasty departure proved to be very wise indeed, for shortly afterwards, Tanos appeared on the scene, and with him, a mighty army of good. When he found his dwarven friend's lifeless body, he screamed his pent-up anger out into the world, as overly emotional heroes are often prone to do.
Did you
few
murder
hours
truck
later,
around him?
Tanos gathered with his two remaining comrades and commanders in his tent. We will now repeat approximately what was said. I, the evil will destroy us. We are lost. Wail, wail, and so on. In the end, Tanos called his fellow soldiers to order and commanded them to return to their respective empires and strengthen their defenses. So it was time to do what all good folks do: hide themselves behind thick walls in fear and hope that the storm would pass them by and hit the others. How exceedingly honorable. In the meantime, Tanos sent out some spies to track down his evil student. The Dark Elf had, by then, beaten her way through the mines of Steelsmith, accidentally awakened an army, and fled from a whip-swinging demon. The usual stuff that happens when traveling through dwarven tunnels. At least they had left Tanos and the armies of good far behind them, and now moved almost unmolested through the countryside, determined to continue spreading chaos and horror.
Pop.